Hello guys, welcome to this video. My name is Doriana. I'm an architect and illustrator from the Dominican Republic, and as part of the Pigeon Letters design team, I'm bringing you this tutorial. It is a floral vase, a floral arrangement with a colorful vase. There are I've seen these all around Instagram and Pinterest, and I wanted to try them out for you. And I wanted to show you the process because you can use this as you want. You can turn them into art prints, greeting cards, postcards. So you can turn them into whatever you want. We're going to be using Procreate for iPad. So make sure you have your iPad with Procreate installed. We will be using the Pigeon Letters impact brushes. And you can also follow along using watercolor, wash, ink, whatever media you want. You can follow along with this tutorial and let's start.
Okay guys, so as I said, we will be working with Procreate. Procreate is a drawing app. As you can see, I use it a lot. And we will be working with a square canvas so we can post it on Instagram, but you can choose whatever canvas you want. If you are making art prints, you can have custom art canvas, so you can choose whatever size you want. I will be working with square so we can post it on Instagram later, but first we will be looking for our inspiration. I'm going to dive into Pinterest. The awesome thing, pro tip, is that with your iPad you can have like a multitasking view, so you can have two apps alongside each other. I have some ideas that I see, and as you can see, there's infinite sizes and shapes and colors of bases. You can also look for different flower arrangements, and I'll be using the color of this one because I found it interesting, or at least the texture. Maybe the color would change. That's the beauty of illustration. You never know. So we will be using, or I will be using, you can choose whatever you want, just follow along. I will be using maybe the textures of this one, and I really love the shape of this one. Like, it's really wide at the bottom, and I'll be saving this, and you'll see why I saved it. Also, for my flowers, as I said, you can use an already image as your inspiration, because you can use this entire setup and tweak some things later and there to make your illustration. You can use this flower with this base. It's up to you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another flower set, like something else. This one. This is the one I liked as my flower arrangement or bouquet. I'm gonna mix them. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We hope it's going to look pretty. And as I said, you can look for inspiration in flowers, and then besides, you can look for inspiration for vases or jars. You can also use cans. See, these are really cute to draw. So choose whatever you want, what you are comfortable with. You can choose something you have in your house also. It's up to you. So now that we have our inspiration, let's jump into Procreate. Another pro tip with Procreate, now you can have a reference, and this will show you your canvas, an image, or your face if you're doing Instagram filters and stuff. But for an image, you can import. And that's why I wanted to save it into my gallery. So now we have our reference. So I'll be using, for this illustration, I'll be using Peggy's ink bleed as a sketch layer, and I'll be using like a light gray tone. You can look for colors here so I can do my sketch. See, the brush I selected was ink bleed by the Pigeon Letters ink pad. There's a lot of great brushes you can choose. Okay, so now we have our base, like our inspiration, our reference. we have a layer 1. In that layer, we will be doing our sketch. Remember, I selected my brush Inkblade by the Pigeon Letters ink pad. And we're gonna start drawing our vase. As you can see, you have like an ellipse shape at the top. We have then like 2 lines like this, and then they go out like this. Maybe I have to resize this. Okay, so now we have, I like to do like straight lines first so that I have a reference, and then I do curves like this. This is a curve right here and a curve right here, and we have our base form. Now, if you want to resize this, you can choose the select tool. In a freeform, uniform way, it's going to be constrained proportions when you resize everything. If it's freeform, you can do it the way you want. I'm going to use a little bit of warp to make it a little bit straighter. And if you want, as I like, the freeform, like a more organical type of illustration, this is going to be fine. But if you are really perfectionist, we can hide this layer and we can go to our canvas, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, and we can use the symmetry. And this will allow us to have a perfect base. My layer is in drawing assisted. And now, wait. Okay, so now when I don't have to do a full ellipse, I just need to do a semi-ellipse, right? And that will be fine. Let's do it a little bit smaller. There. So I can do this. It's going to be replicated in the other side. So I have my shape like really, really neat. Okay, let's do this a little bit smaller. Okay, now. If you're not happy, the good thing about Procreate is you can undo. As you can see, I just start with my 2 fingers. 2 fingers is to undo, 3 fingers is to redo. So let's see. Okay, I think this is too wide, so maybe. Having a little bit of trouble here looking for the perfect shape. I don't like perfectionism. I think I'm gonna leave it like this, and we can compare. Yeah. Okay, so maybe this one can be a bit. You have to experiment. Let's do it with freeform. You have to experiment because that's the way you can improve. We have our base. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this one. I like this one better. So we have our base. I tweaked it a little bit, so it has like the proportions I want. It's not like the exact same shape as you can see. It's like but it resembles. This space has like some invisible lines, and that's on the direction change. As I said, it's not the exact same, but it resembles the shape I want. So don't be just too picky about it. Okay, so we have our base. We're gonna create a new layer, and it's going to be for our flowers. I'm still on the same brush. I'm still using the same color. I'm just going to change here my reference. I'll be using this flowers, and I'll be starting with the larger, bigger flowers, greenery, to the smallest one. That's how I'm going to be using. So we are in our new layer. For the monstera, you can do an inverted heart shape like this. See how, that's it. And then you can refine it, like doing creases. You can do it like that, or you can find the middle first, and then I don't know how are these called, like, but you can do that. It doesn't have to be perfect because monsteras are not like symmetrical at all. If you see like this side and this opening and this one is not the same, so we can mimic that by doing this one bigger and this one like really tiny small. See? And then we can erase these bits. You can use another Procreate tip. If you want to use the same brush as an eraser, I have my brush selected here, so I see what it did there. It appeared like there's a notification here. You just tap and hold, and it's going to erase with this same brush. So you have the same texture, and you don't have that weird not texture edge when you erase or something. Okay, so I'm going to erase this. So now we have our monstera. Maybe I'll be tweaking some stuff, maybe here or there, so it doesn't look that weird, even though they're not symmetrical, but they don't look as weird. See, now we have our monstera. We just have to do the stem. Remember, this is going to be at the back. This part is going to be at the back of our flowers, and this one is going to be at front. So that's why I extended the stem. You can do multiple flowers in the same layer, or as I'm going to do them, you can have the different flowers in different layers. Why? Because it's best when you want to tweak, like maybe you want to put this one larger, or maybe you want to like lower the size. It's fine. So you can have it in multiple layers and it's not going to be a disaster. So for our other flower, our peonies, I'm going to do a new layer right here. I'm going to hide this one because I don't want to see it. You can do it like in every space you want because we're going to move it anyways. So I'm going to do like a circle. It's going to be the base of my peony. And I'm going to do another circle like this one. This little circle is going to represent this one, and this shape is going to be representing this one. And then you can just have the center, maybe like this, that is this opening, like this. shape. So now you just have to join. These ones are tricky because you have to be working with petals, and sometimes I'm not that good at it, but let's just work it out. I'm going to show you. I'm just drawing what I see here. See, I'm just drawing what I see. I'm just seeing a shape like that. This is open. I'm just seeing like a bunch of shapes like this and like this. And I'm not too worried about if it looks like perfect or not. I'm just seeing like a shape like this. And they come like that. Like peonies are just a bunch of weird shapes. You can do the flower you want. You can choose the easiest flower there is. I don't know why I chose this. I always go to the hardest place. I know. I always do it. So now we have that flower. For the, I don't know if this is a rose or something. I don't know. But here we have like a bunch of, like it was a spiral. So we have our center here, and then we have like shapes like this, like they are spiral. Like that. That looks kind of similar. I added a lot more in this side down as it is here than in this side up. So keep that in mind if you want to use this same reference. I'm going to draw this after we have our bouquet because it's not going to work out as neat. So this one, I don't know the name of this one. I think it is, I don't remember. But you can change it as you want. So this one is just a bunch of little dots. See? You can draw the stems first and then draw the dots all around. I'm going to put everything together, and the other ones, like this one, I may have to change, and this one, I think I'm going to change also. We're going to be drawing them when the bouquet is complete, so I know how to set everything. So now we have our basic flowers. Now we're going to arrange them. Let's move the base a little bit lower. Oh my god, where did it go? No. Okay, so I'm gonna move a little bit. Yes, that's right. And I'm going to be, this is one's going to be larger because I want it to be like that, really big, and like this. I'm going to be doing this flower, but let's erase first. I'm happy with the placement, but let's do this one here. Oh, yes, here. And it's going to be like a bunch of petals like this. They're all over the place. Let's select this one. And let me erase the parts that's not going to show. There you go. That's not going to show, and from this one, oops. This one can stay like that because I'm going to do something with that, and this one in the end. It looks like a hot mess, but wait, it's going to get better from here. Okay, so we have our sketch, and now if you want to use this color palette with the reference, you can, and you can save your colors. See as I pick them. Oops, what did I pick? Yeah. See, and maybe your yellow. So we have our color palette and we have our sketch layer. So I'm going to merge everything because it's going to be in the sketch layer. I'm going to make this color palette a little smaller, and I'm going to have it, and I'm going to have it in its separate layer. So then I can place this one. I place the sketch layer. I'm going to set that with multiply and lower the opacity so I can have, that's why I needed my color palette in a separate layer so it doesn't like go to more lowers the opacity of the sketch layer. So I can move this to this side that is not going to bother me. For the background, you can choose whatever color you want. I think I'll choose something that is not in this color range, so I can use like light blue. I think this one's cool. Yeah, I like that one. With my new layer, I'm going to have my base. Again, we're going to work, I'm going to work from the base and then the flowers in the same order I did the sketches, because those are going to be in the background, sort of speak. But yeah, let's start. And as you see, I didn't draw this part because this one is going to be at the back of the flowers. So this is going to be at the front and this part is going to be at the back. We're going to draw it now or later. So we have our base. I'm going to be doing all base layers. So below this layer, I'm going to be drawing the monstera, and I'll be using my light green. The light green we selected here.
Floral Vase ended. You can also use a lot of other references like this one with the blue vase and the white flowers. Hope you found this tutorial helpful. See you in the next one. Bye!